annual delegates conference. Our Ashanti regional correspondent Erastus Asare Donko reports that although the police had a hard time bringing the situation under control, the conference did come off successfully. We'll speak to Erastus shortly, but before that, he has been speaking with the constituency chairman, who is accusing Member of Parliament for the area Eugene Entry of instigating divisions from within the party.
What is the issue?
The issue is constitutional. The sitting MP doesn't want the chairman to do what he is supposed to do. And instead of admitting that, he's shifting the blame onto the previous MP in the person of Honorable Ajokose.
You were mentioning certain things that you think the MP has done and the NPP hierarchy paid a blind eye to. What are these things that seems to divide you?
Before the election, he insulted the sitting MP, Honorable Ajokose. He insulted him, and he had me arrested. The issue, instead of he being invited by the discipline committee, rather I was the person who was invited to the discipline committee. That after he insulting the MP, I allowed it to come onto the air. I said, how can that be? The person who insulted the MP was rather not invited, but me, the chairman. But you know what I did? I tried to influence all the media houses not to play that audio about the insults to the sitting MP, because it was going to go against the party in the campaigning and then the election. I hope you understand. Yeah.
So currently there are factions within the Subin NPP.
Yes, obvious. At least I don't know whether you were here before the program. If you were here before the program, you saw that by the constitution, it is the chairman who is supposed to convey meetings, every constituency meeting. Even if you, the MP, wants to organize a meeting, you pass it through the chairman, and then I order the secretary, and then I determine the venue for the meeting. This particular conference was organized without my involvement. And then I complained to the regional secretary and the regional chairman. They said they were going to get back to me, because my reason for showing concern was that today is a Friday and I'm working for somebody. Now, if the person says, instead of you working for me, you are wasting the time at the party grounds, so you choose between my work and the politics. What do I do? So I was pleading that why not shift the thing to tomorrow Saturday in the morning, so that everybody can be present. And then Sampai told me that, well, he's going to talk to Eugene Entry and then Ekwema Boateng, the secretary, and that you get back to me. I don't know whether you'll be getting back to me tomorrow or tomorrow next. And then before I could say Jack, I saw that the conference is coming on. And then I saw heavily built, what we usually call in our local parlance, macho people. About 30 or 40 of them. But me being the chairman, I felt that nobody can stop me from joining the conference. So I decided to enter. And the way they harassed me, the way they pushed me here and there, until one police officer came to my aid before I was allowed to enter the conference hall. And even when I entered the conference hall, you can come and see where I've been asked to go and sit. I wasn't given a chair. And then my name hasn't even been mentioned in the program as it is going on.
What will end this? In your own opinion, what will end this?
Well, I'm looking up to the party hierarchy. What
do you want them to do exactly?
Well, to me, I feel that this is an illegal conference. To me, that is going by the constitution.
So what happened there is null and void?
It should be. As I'm talking to you, the MP has taken me to court on the issue of the polling station album, contesting that the chairman of the Council of Elders who conducted the parliamentary election should not be. 2 days ago, Nana Obri Boahen, National Deputy Secretary of the party, filed defense on my behalf. So, therefore, we are going to court. But the Constitution says that if you have any grievance, you have to pass through all the structures of the party before going to court. So I don't know what the party is going to say. I don't know what the party is going to say as to that issue. But then, if there is anything at all, I think it should be brought before, as you often do, discipline committee. He's taking me to the discipline committee more than 7 times anyway.
So what will be the outcome of this court case if whoever wins?
Well, I granted an interview at Angel FM, and in the course of the program, Sampan was invited to speak on the issue, and then Sampan was saying that it's rather unfortunate I've taken that issue on the media, but then he felt that the issue could have been settled at home. But then this court issue came long time ago. It's more than a month, and they were not saying anything. Because the region, the constituency, the region, and national are party to the court action. So when you received your listening, what did you say, and what have you been able to tell me? Until I went on air, that you are now coming to tell me that I shouldn't have done that.
Finally, what would you want to say? So this whole thing has been done. Delegates have been issued with certificates and other things. You are saying what they did there was null and void. What does it mean? Well, the decision lies on the honors of the party hierarchy.
That is the constituency chairman there, obviously unhappy, speaking with Erastus Asare Donko. I have Erastus Asare Donko on the line, who actually monitored the event earlier this morning. But let's, just so we refresh your memories, have a look at the commotion that we're talking about, and then we'll engage Erastus on what has become of that story.
This has never happened in Subin. Why will macho men prevent delegates from entering annual delegates conference hall? Eugene, what have we done? What has Subin done to deserve this?
Those are scenes from the Delegates Annual Conference. I have Erastus, like I said. Erastus, just so we can understand this better, it appears that the chairman whom you spoke to has an issue with the entire party structure, including the disciplinary committee. Has his concerns, or have his concerns been heard, and has there been any response?
Well, for now, it's his allegations, and we have similar accusations also given out by the communications director for the constituency, one Bright. And it all boils down to the fact that they think that they have not been given a fair hearing by the regional party executives and the disciplinary committee as well. And they accuse the MP of bringing them, summoning them several times before the disciplinary committee for what they describe as trivial issues. For example, monies, the source of monies in organizing certain conferences within the constituency, for example, and the chairman and his executives have to be summoned before the disciplinary committee. Again, he thinks that the MP is sabotaging his work as a party constituency chairman, and so the two of them do not see eye to eye. But when you listen to the reaction coming from the MP, he thinks that they conducted parliamentary primaries between the former MP who decided not to run again but made a U-turn, came back and said he wanted to run again. And after he lost, the MP thinks that some still bear grudges against him. There are people who have not moved on from that election level to organizing the party and moving forward with the constituency's activities. And so those are the people who are, as he puts it, fomenting trouble for him.
I see. Well, we can listen to the Member of Parliament who also spoke to Erastus Asare Donko. And when we come back, Erastus will engage the matter as to whether or not this conference would be described as one that came off successfully. Let's hear from the Member of Parliament now.
The Constitution of the Republic of Ghana talks about constituencies, and the head of those constituencies are the members of Parliament. There is no discretion for party chairman in the national constitution.
He claimed that this whole conference should have been organized and sanctioned by him, but he has been sidelined in the organization of this.
Please. I became the Subin constituency parliamentary candidate on the ticket of the New Patriotic Party on the 13th of June 2015, barely 2 years ago. When I was elected to lead this constituency, they decided not to partake in everything I was doing. So why do you think I should give them a platform to come and speak? The program today was designed, determined, defined by the party national headquarters. The secretary, the administrator, he speaks. The treasurer speaks. Me being the MP2 will speak. So I have not come here to stop anybody from talking. I've come here to do my duty and play my role as a member of parliament for the constituency. So if those who think that they don't want to respect the will of the majority of people in Subin, they are the ones complaining. They are the ones crying. I have no issues. If I didn't want to, if he wasn't part of the program, why was he here?
He claimed that he was prevented from entering.
Well, I was seated inside. You are the pressman. You seem to see everything and know everything. I don't. I was seated somewhere ready to deliver my address.
What needs to be done to clear the front of the party with you?
Look, don't come and interview me about... There's been a beautiful program today. Talk to me about the program and what was said during the program. Why are we discussing personalities here?
Because something happened. That's why I'm
735 delegates in Subin. Almost 800 delegates. Don't worry. Let's talk about what happened today. Are you interested in...
Because something happened earlier, that's why I'm...
No, nothing happened. But I didn't see anything. You saw it. So report it. But I didn't see anything. Right? Every Subin executive was invited to come here. I cannot prevent anybody.
Going forward, what's your plan for the constituency?
Well, I laid it out. How to tackle unemployment, how to support needy but brilliant students, how to tackle the development of our zongos, how to tackle attracting small loans for the polling station executives. You see, these people, the polling station executives, have worked hard to bring the party into power. They are my priority now. How to get them jobs, how to get them, small loans, how to help their offspring if they are struggling with school fees and stuff. That is my responsibility. I'm not, at this stage, I'm not interested in discussing personalities. I'm not. Because there are far more important issues in the constituency.
I brought it up because he's the chairman of the constituency. So definitely,
let me talk about
he's the chairman of the constituency. So definitely you need him to be part of your plans to moving forward.
Everybody needs everybody. Everybody needs everybody. Everybody needs everybody. Am I right? Yes. When we are going for an election, we divide to fight. But after election, it's cooperation. If somebody doesn't want to cooperate because his candidate lost an election, what do I do about that?
Interesting conversation indeed. Erastus, you had this conversation. Looks like really that the battle lines are drawn. None of them seem to be willing to make peace with each other. Is that correct?
Though the MP will not agree that their front is divided, you could see clearly that he's not at peace with the chairman. There are deep-seated problems And even inside the hall, when finally they gave the chairman the permission to enter, when he entered, he greeted almost everybody on the panel, but not the MP. So clearly you could see that the two of them have something in between them that needs to be rectified.
Let's come to the issue which he raises, of course, and in an attempt or an apparent attempt to get to you personally about what to discuss. What went on in this conference?
Well, today, the annual delegates conference, other constituencies have held theirs. The Subin constituency was supposed to hold theirs at the NAP hall, and so that's where we were. And when we went in, we saw that well-built men have been positioned at the entrance to the conference hall, and they were checking special accreditation before people are allowed inside the hall. And then we also saw armed policemen as well gathered there in evidence that they should rather be doing the work that the well-built men were doing. But then it was for a purpose, because soon after we saw that they were not allowing certain people inside the hall and they were complaining bitterly. But the whole scenario went to its peak when the chairman entered. And then we saw the well-built men trying to prevent him from entering the conference hall. And so that is what angered his followers. And they decided that if there's to be a conference, it should be sanctioned by the chairman. So why wouldn't they allow the chairman inside the hall? So it turned into a whole lot of confusion with people exchanging blows, throwing punches here and there, and hitting verbal invectives at each other.
So in the conference, what happened? Because we're looking at, obviously, factions here. In the conference, what happened in there? What did they talk about? Who spoke?
Conference, things went normal. The MP gave his speech. In fact, he enumerated a number of things he wants to do for the constituency. He wanted to tackle unemployment. He cataloged a number of interventions, jobs available at the various ministries, YEA, other institutions that he asked people to apply so that he can push for them. He also explained certain issues that were going around about him, that he was not meeting them regularly. And he said that if anybody has any problem, his line is open. You call, he will pick, he will return your call, and all that. So he went on and on and on, trying to explain himself on certain issues that have come up against him. And then the party's finances and other things were also brought to bear at the ceremony.
What was the reception like? Was it also divided so that you have one group on the side cheering him up and you have another one perhaps booing? Did anything like that happen, or in there was quite...
Well, I must say that those who were inside the hall, 90% of them were rooting for him.
Okay.
Few of them, I could see, were not happy with what was happening outside, because they had earlier on been prevented from entering the hall. It was later that they were allowed inside, and so they were the ones who were not happy. And then there were also other people who were outside the hall who were also still hurling invectives at each other even while the conference was going on. And so that was the mood at the premises of the NAP hall.
At the moment that the conference is over, I'm sure, has any of the party executive members or has the party executive, as a body, taken up this matter? Has there been any responses from them?
No, I did not see any regional executive at the ground. Well, I saw the national coordinator there and some constituency executives as well, but I did not see the top shot of the regional NPP at the conference.
Erastus, thank you very much indeed. You've done a great job for us today. Erastus Asare-Donkor corresponding for us in the Ashanti region. You're still watching The Pulse with me, Gifty Ando Apia. We'll take a very quick break. When we return, we'll hear from some pastors who are calling for the head, of course, of the Christian Council. We'll hear what their story is right here on the show. Please stay with us.